Looking forward to getting started with your Fitness EZ bar training kit? Great, let's get into it. First, make sure you jump over to fitnessez.com to register your product under our warranty section. Perfect. Now, let's get set up. First, snap your bar together. These straps on the ends help control the tension start point and adjust easily for different heights. The kit comes with 4 carabiners for quickly attaching and detaching the 6 resistance bands. Let's add 1 to each D-ring of the adjustment straps and 1 to each of the 2 handles. Now we simply attach up to 3 resistance bands to either handle and end and get to it. The handles double as foot straps so you can swap back and forth between bar exercises and individual handle movements. An included door anchor allows you to attach the system to a door for even more movements. All right, let's go ahead and slide our feet into the loops just below the individual handles, and you're all set up. Make sure that they're in there right under the ball or arch of the foot. You want to make sure they're secure and that you're standing on them while you do the movements. Today, we're just going to work from the bar, and we're going to do a bunch of movements here from the bar, but remember there's a lot of individual hand movements and dynamic movements that you can do utilizing the handles and stepping on the bar instead. So let's go ahead and get straight into it. We're gonna start off with some bicep curls. So I want my elbows out in front of my body, and I'm just going to curl upwards with the bar. Now I've got my tension straps set so that they're as low as possible. I'm kind of a short guy, so that works out perfect for me on the bottom end. If you're a little taller, you might adjust them up so that they start just so that your arms are out in front of you with the elbows out in front of the sides of your body, but pinched tight. Curl upwards with an exhale, and then control it on the way back down. The beauty of the resistance bands is it's nice, smooth tension throughout the range of motion, and it allows you to focus on good form, slightly bent knees, tight core, and exhaling as we curl upwards. Keep your head and neck in line as you do the movement, and this makes sure that you keep your spine aligned and everything stays safe and proper. Great, let's transition to an upright row. So now I'm gonna grab the bar and I'm gonna lead with my elbows pulling up, tight core, nice strong exhale. As we come upwards, relax down, shrug the shoulders upwards, engage the shoulder blades down and back. Great, let's move on to some lower body movements. We're gonna start with an overhead squat. So I'm gonna release the tension here a little bit so that the starting point's a little higher because I'm gonna keep my hands overhead throughout this movement. So want them nice and balanced, just easily pinch and adjust there. I'm gonna make sure that I can fit my range in here. Good, you know what? I'm gonna give myself just another inch on each side. Perfect. So set your starting point, press up overhead, the toes are pointing forward, the glutes go down and back, and then exhale, squeezing the glutes forward, keeping tight extension up through the shoulders. The shoulder blades are relaxed down and back, but I am keeping my elbows locked out here and just focusing on the straight up and down motion with the glutes going back, keeping the weight directly overhead, and focusing on the squeeze of those glutes forward, and that gives us a really great overhead squat without having to worry about weights. Now, let's move on to a good morning, and I'm gonna tension this back up because I'm gonna be a little bit lower with my straps now. So I'll set the resistance point high again there. We're gonna start with this on our shoulders. We're pivoting at the waist. So feet are just about shoulder width apart. You pivot at the waist, keeping the back nice and straight and the head in line with the rest of the back. Exhale, squeeze the glutes upwards, and then back down, bending at the waist, making sure that back is nice and straight before squeezing to bring yourself back up straight again. Nice exhale, make sure that we contract the core and protect the spine. The focus here is on those glutes, squeezing forward. Let's move on to some core movements here. We're going to do all these standing. So we're going to start with a twist. It's an often missed body movement, but it is one of the essential body movements and a good one to get in. So we're going to start with the bar on our shoulders, and we're going to stand strong and use our core, contract to twist to one side, and twist to the other side. Notice my hips aren't turning. I'm not getting my hips into it. I want all the twist to come from my core region. So exhale, feel that contraction, twist the other way. This doesn't have to be fast. It can be nice and slow and controlled. Feel that squeeze, feel the engagement of your obliques and your abdominals as you do this simple twist from a standing position. Beautiful. Now from the same position, we're going to go ahead and do some tilts. We're going to work on the obliques. So just a standing tilt here. We lift to one side. You notice the tension comes off here. I'm holding onto the bar, squeezing the obliques right here, and then come back to upright standing. Twist the other way, or tilt the other way. Again, the contraction comes from the exhale as you focus on squeezing those obliques one side and then the other. I'm pushing up slightly here with the outside hand, adding that tension, having to pull that through to lean to the opposite side. Now let's check out some dynamic movements. Right from this same position with the bar on our shoulders, let's do a lunge with a twist. So for this movement, we're going to take a big step for a lunge, and as we tilt down for the lunge, we're going to twist with the bar. So twist towards your knee. You're taking the opposite elbow, twisting over the leading knee. Back up, step with the opposite foot, twist as you go down towards the leading leg. Tight core, upright posture. There doesn't need to be any tilting here. Just a nice, dynamic, challenging movement. No real need for speed here, just control. It's about the posture and the squeezing of the muscles, the abs, and the legs to keep you upright and in good form for this movement. Now let's meet down on the mat and work on some crunches with a front raise. So we can front raise and then crunch up. Relax back down. Front raise, crunch up. Relax back down. Front raise, crunch up. Relax back down. Front, crunch. So the tension from the front raise helps us do the sit-up. And it allows us to do the sit-up with good form, keeping our neck in line, so that while we're coming up, we can look at the ceiling, focus on a good pivot at the hips before relaxing back down. Do a front raise, exhale, squeeze the abdominals as you come up. Good. Now, you can utilize the help of the bar only as much as you need. So if you can sit up without utilizing that tension, go for it. Come down, give the space for the front raise, relax it, and then sit up. The bar is there and the resistance of the bands will help you up if and when you need it so that you can burn out with this movement and do far more sit-ups than you would ordinarily be able to do without it. That burnout builds the lactic acid and allows you to tone those muscles. So, great way to help build your strength beyond your failure point with sit-ups. Thank you for joining me today for this brief demonstration of the Fitness EZ bar kit. There is so much more that you can do, especially when you add in the door anchor, tricep pull downs, lat pulls, single arm movements, so much more that's available with this kit. Now, when you're doing reps, gauge them for yourself. It depends on what you want to do, but a good rule of thumb is to shoot for 3 sets of 10 to 15 reps or more. That is a great way to use this particular set. Thank you again. Enjoy your kit and have a wonderful day.